Great day. Welcome to the House of Cons. I'm Black Jack. We back one more time for the members only live stream with the public intro, my nigga. Salute, tribe up. Get your membership. First half of the show, we're gonna do it for the public. You know, we just popping off, vibing out for the tribe. Salute. But the second half, we're gonna dig into some sources, and we're talking about the Geechie, Guale, my nigga. The Geechie, Guale Indians tonight. When we start putting up sources, we start digging in the information, we're going members only at that point. So if you ain't got your membership, go ahead and do it right now. You still got time, my nigga, if you want to catch the rest of the show tonight. Salute, tribe up on the membership. As low as $2.99 a month, my nigga. Blackjack gotta be at least worth $2.99 a month, my nigga. Salute. Tribe up. Original Skywalk in the house. 2 shots for the members. Popping off already. Members putting in already. 2 shots for the original Skywalker. Matter of fact, I gotta go on and give it up for all the members right now. We gotta give it up for all the members. First thing first, my nigga. Salute the Lionel Clements, the newest member. Followed by Chris Braddock. Followed by 203 Low Game. Followed by Kyle N, Oni Big Tree, God's Favorite, Legend of Naga Charlie, Anthony Bennett, James Williams, Ern Jordan, Original Skywalker, William Scruggs, Hampton McNeil, Ambush Predator, my nigga, Jackie Salah, JJ, and Reginald Militant, my nigga. Tribe up, salute. So you gotta go ahead and join the list, my nigga. We doing it big on the members only live stream, my nigga. And we just talking about the Geechie Guale, my nigga, like Trick Daddy say. I'm old sneaky old freaky old Geechie ass nigga. He say he old sneaky ass Geechie ass nigga. He talking about the Guale, my nigga. Geechie Guale, my nigga. Tribe up. We ain't talking no African Americans, my nigga. We talking about American Indians. Salute.
You big dummy.
We got Bronze Flat, Power God in the house, tribe up. Yeah, we about to get into it on the Geechie Guale, my nigga. Some people say the Geechie Gula. You know, Geechie Gula, Geechie Guale. We talking about the same people, my nigga. Tribe up. Salute. Y'all hit that like, subscribe, share the video. You know what I'm saying? Pass it off to every nigga. You know I'm Blackjack, by the way. And if you want to support monetarily, like I said, you can get that membership for as low as $2.99 a month. They said closed mouth don't get fed, so we're going to bring it up. Go on and pop off with that membership. And we got a cash out at the top of the screen. Cash.app/$ House of Cons. Salute. Tribe up. Jackie Salah in this piece. Hey, Jackie Salah, I got your email. You know what I'm saying? I got your gift. I'm mailing your gift out early in the morning before I pop off and go on and get my work started for the day. I done mailed everybody else a gift out. I was just waiting on Jackie. You know what I'm saying? I put off a community post in August, trying to get everybody to tribe up on the membership. Told everybody that they tribe up by August 15th, and they got up in that community post and they left their name and their email address. I'm gonna reach out, and I got the mailing address, and we mailing gifts out. And Jackie Salah was the last one on the list. We gonna run it back again though one more time a little bit later down the line. By the time we get to about 100 members, we're gonna do something special. Salute, tribe up. Right now we got about 21 members. We done about double up on members real fast. But we need to keep going. We need to double up again, triple up, quadruple up, because we're gonna start to do a lot of this stuff on the members only live stream, my nigga. Niggas jocking the nigga style. I ain't know how serious it was. I found out it was serious. Niggas be hitting me up, telling me stuff. Niggas be like, Blackjack, look at this. They using your shit. I be like, damn. Hey, Sister Soul Man Radio in the house. Tribe up. Much love. Much love to all the sisters in the house, man. Let's get that in the way. We got a lot of people out here be hating, man. Much love to the sisters and the brothers, but there's a special love to the sisters, my nigga. You know, our people done been through a whole lot. A lot of our people running around in confusion, not knowing who they is, you know what I'm saying? Not knowing what it's all about. We gotta have understanding for each other, my nigga. Salute, tribe up. what I'm saying? We trying to get on the higher frequency, man. Niggas trying to be on the low frequency. We trying to move on up. We trying to separate the niggas from the niggas, my nigga. Salute. And we trying to separate the niggas from the niggas. You know what I'm saying? We got the members on the live stream popping off tonight. And we talking about the Guale Geechie, my nigga. Look at this pig. That's from the third eye point of view. Oh shit. I better watch my mouth. Somebody gonna start using that. They gonna be talking about they got it from a third eye point of view. I'm gonna be like, man, I made that up.
You big dummy.
Shout out to all the original, be original, like the original Skywalker, my nigga. Be original. Niggas gonna be talking about I made it from a third eye point of view. I'm like, damn. Well, we looking at it from a third eye point of view. We see some cons, my nigga, straight up. Now, we gotta have understanding, overstanding, understanding, however you want to say it, outer standing, however you want to say it. We look at these images, cause we know people have been indoctrinated and brainwashed, including us. We got indoctrinated and brainwashed. Fortunately, it ain't work. We broke out the cage. Salute. We end up being maroons. We freed ourselves from the oppression mentally, right? But I think about it all, man. As soon as we see a picture like this, everybody, even some of our own, as soon as we see a picture like this, some nagas, some female nagas, whether it was females or males, an old picture in black and white, and they doing some work. The first thing that comes to the indoctrinated mind or the brainwashed mind is these must be slaves.
You big dummy.
For the very fact that they're dark-skinned, melanated people, the second thing that automatically comes to the indoctrinated, brainwashed mind is that not only are these must be slaves, they're dark, therefore they must be Africans.
You big dummy.
See, this is the tragedy, because this is the kind of brainwashing and indoctrination that prevents a thinking mind from thinking. Not even thinking. Seeing something with your own eyes and not even believing what you see. Believing what you've been indoctrinated to believe. You know, like my grandma Albertina, I miss my grandma Albertina, you know what I'm saying? She used to tell me, listen to me, don't listen at me. Now, I always understood what she said, but what she meant by that. As a child, I understood what she said when she said, listen to me, don't listen at me. And you know, when we look at these pictures, we gotta look. We gotta look to the picture. We can't look at the picture. We gotta look to it and see what we see, my nigga. We can't say, oh, automatically black, slave, African. That's indoctrination, my nigga. We gotta look deeper. First off, just because we see two female nagas working in a black and white picture and it's very old, that does not mean they slaves, and it does not mean they Africans, my naga. These, how do we know that these are not free women of color, my naga? Salute.
You big dummy.
We gotta break the chains, my naga. We gotta break the mental chains, my naga. Who's to say these ain't free women of color working on their own farm, my naga? Salute. Tribe up. Tribe up.
You big dummy.
We gotta understand from a deeper point of view, man, from a third eye point of view. And this is just one of the things we're gonna get into tonight, man. Members only. We about to go to the members only portion shortly, man. We're gonna wait on a few more people to tribe up, come in the room, and we're gonna pop off on the members only live stream, my naga. You know what I'm saying? It's 9:40. Everybody got about 11 minutes. At 9:50, we're gonna pop off in the members only portion. So everybody got about 11 minutes. If you ain't got you got 11 minutes. If you ain't got your membership yet, get your membership. And man, I got and I don't know if Sammy watching tonight. Shout out to Sammy. Salute Sammy on the Patreon. I've been lacking because I've been doing a lot of stuff. But if Sammy, if you're watching, before I shut the office down, I gotta upload all the last couple of members on the live stream on the Patreon, so Sammy can get out and so Sammy can see him. Cause Sammy popping off on the Patreon, But I got something over there on the Patreon that ain't even on YouTube, and I'm gonna upload some more stuff on the Patreon. I got to get to work. You know what I'm saying? Hey, salute to all the people that support Monaga. But yeah, we got about 10 more minutes and counting, and we're gonna pop off in the members only section, man. We're gonna get busy in here tonight. We're talking about the Geechie Guale. We're talking about your ancestors, Monaga. Your great grandmama, your great granddaddy, Monaga. You know, the Geechie Guale, Monaga, Gula, whatever you want to call it, Monaga. Gula the Guale, Monaga. Guale the Yamasi, Monaga. Yamasi the Seminole, Monaga. Yeah, man. My great great granddad and great great grandmothers, Yamasi, Monaga. Some might call them Seminoles, Monaga. From South Carolina, migrated down to Florida, Monaga. You know what I'm saying? I got other ancestors from North Carolina, migrated down to Georgia, Monaga. But at one time, all of this was La Florida, Monaga. All of this was part of the West Indies, Monaga. See what I'm saying? Salute, tribe up, tribe up. Oh, y'all see I got some new tracks on the soundtrack. Y'all see I got some new tracks. I gotta drop some more videos for the soundtrack too. I do got, if y'all ain't noticed, I've been dropping videos for the soundtrack, Monaga, because Naga's been asking. I asked the members, do they want me to do it? The members said, go ahead and do it. So I said, God damn it, I'm gonna do it then. I'm gonna drop the soundtrack. I was gonna just hold it for the members only. But the members was like, man, going to put it out there. So I said, I'm gonna put it out there. But if y'all notice, if you go on my home page, and you go to the section that says hold on, shorts. Boom, right there, Con soundtrack. And I've been posting the soundtracks, you know what I'm saying? But I've been not only posting soundtracks, I've been adding let me stroll up where y'all can see something. I've been adding photos and pictures, you know what I'm saying, with the soundtrack. Like almost like a photo video. Like a what they call a photo video, what they call that shit? Damn, I'm tripping. I can't even think of what I want to say right now. But I got basically a roll of different photos playing with the soundtrack, so you can have something to look at and enjoy while you popping out to the Conduct soundtrack. Reminded Bay in the house, Tribe Buck, salute. Earn Jordan in the house, salute. Tribe Buck, Tribe Buck. Hey, we got 8 minutes and counting, man. We're going members only, man. If you ain't got the members only, stop by your name, man. You like it, man. You got 8 minutes. It ain't too late, Monaga. We finna talk about the Guale Geechie, Monaga. Your grandmama probably up in there somewhere. Salute.
Big dummy.
Grandma up there, you're up in there cooking beans and rice, Monaga. Your grandmama up in there cooking lima beans and rice. You down there ready to lick the pot. You be like, God damn, man, my grandma be cooking this shit up. Your mama be cooking it up. You like, God damn, man, where this shit come from? And they cooking that rice up. That rice be soft. That rice be falling out the pan, Monaga. That lima bean be having that gravy on it, Monaga. I ain't talking about that white gravy.
Big dummy.
I'm talking about that thick ass Naga gravy. Boy, Naga be ready to eat the whole pot, Monaga. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Kid in the house, Tribe Buck. We got a new member, Kid in the house. Salute, Tribe Buck. Popping off the Kid. Let me give Kid a rinse. Appreciate you, Kid. Salute, much love, fam. Tribing up, Kid in the house. Salute. Hey, y'all, we got 6 more minutes, man. We need to get a few more members, man. Y'all Tribe up with me on the membership. We talking about the Guale Geechie, my nigga. My grandma used to be cooking them lima beans and rice, and don't let her make a pan of cornbread. And then my granddaddy, man, you ain't never had no baked candy yams like Black Jack Senior put down. Salute, Tribe Buck. I'm telling you, man, you ain't never had that. Black Jack Senior used to bake his candy yams in the oven, man. That shit used to be so good. I miss that. I miss my granddad. I miss my grandma. My mama can cook too, but my mama, she don't even cook as much as she used to because she getting older now. You know what I'm saying? We don't even be expecting her to put down like that no more. Now my sister Jewel, I got a sister named Jewel, my nigga, like the Jewel of the Nile. She named after my other grandma. You know what I'm saying? My grandma Jewel. She can cook. She cook like my mama. You know what I'm saying? But she got her own style though. Jewel, my sister Jewel got her own style. Her little signature thing is her sweet potato. Not her sweet potato, I mean her banana pudding. That's Jewel's signature thing. Jewel like to put down the banana pudding. You know, every time we had a little family get together, Jewel putting up with about 2 big ass things of banana pudding. And she be putting cream cheese up in that piece. That shit be pop. That shit be busting. Yeah, everybody. You gotta get some real fast, cause it's gone, my nigga. You like, where the rest of the banana pudding at? These knockers done ate up all the banana pudding. So you can't be lacking. You got 5 minutes in counting, my nigga. 5 minutes in counting. Y'all tribe up on that membership, man. We about to talk about the Guale Geechie. My grandma used to be cooking tomatoes and rice with okra in that thing. That shit used to be so good. I used to be greedy. You know what I'm saying? Whatever my grandma cooking, I was eating. You know what I'm saying? She used to be baking. My grandma used to be baking cakes. With a name like Albertina, you know she can cook. You ever heard the name like Albertina? My grandma had a twin brother named Albert, my uncle Albert, my grand uncle Albert. Albert and Albertina, my nigga. But you talking about can cook? Oh Lord. Oh Lord. But that nigga Blackjack though. Blackjack seen them candy yams, my nigga. I guarantee you, I wish I can bring that. I wish I can resurrect my granddaddy from the grave and tell him put them candy yams down one more time and let me record them for YouTube so I can forever look at it and I have his recipe now. Nobody got his that's what's effed up. Nobody got his recipe down pat. And other people in the family make good candy yams, don't get me wrong. But none of that wasn't fucking with Blackjack candy yams. My granddaddy had the candy yams, the best candy yams on earth, I swear. It might be just me because it was my granddaddy, I don't know. And I ain't had a candy yam like that since. We got 3 minutes in count, man. Y'all try, but we talking about the Geechie Guale, my nigga. The Geechie Guale. Like I say, my great grands, you know, they were Yamasi on my dad's side. They were Yamasi. My great granddaddy, Blackjack granddaddy, was Yamasi, and his grandma was Yamasi on my daddy's side. You know what I'm saying? And that was known. And the rest of the Nagas in our family, we know they indigenous too. Whether they tribed up on some road or whether they not, we still know. But we know the history, and you can't lie to us. You know what I'm saying? Salute, tribe up.
Big dummy.
2 minutes and counting, y'all. We got 2 minutes, my nigga. 2 minutes. Get your membership. Be like Kid. Kid tribing up. Salute. He got the real nog on. Kid got the real nog on the damn, man, y'all, I be lacking for words right now when it get late night. he got the real naga on his pick. Kid got the real copper colored naga. Tribe up with me like Kid, my naga. Salute. It's gonna be worth a while. And I be bringing these authentic images, man. I bet everybody wondering like what grandma and them doing right there. They about to cook up something in that pot. I'm gonna tell you that much. But we finna talk about it. We finna talk about it in less than 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? What they cooking up in that pot. You know what I'm saying? Your grandmama, yo Geechie Guale ass grandmama, all from South Carolina and the Gold Coast and all this and that and the CI and this. I know exactly who they is. I know exactly who they is. Tribe up. Kid popping off with the members only emojis. He got the bow and arrow like you ain't seen. He got the members only bow and arrow up in that piece. You know what I'm saying? He taking full advantage right away. Smart move. You know what I'm saying? Salute. We tribing up. We got 1 minute, my naga. Can we get one more member? Can we get one more member, my naga? Cause we about to go members only, my naga. And we talking to Guale, my naga. We talking to Guale, my naga. You know what? You know what, y'all? We finna go on and rock it out. We ain't even waiting no more minute. We out of here, y'all. Members only. Peace. Members only, my naga. Peace. Alright, let me change my parameters real quick. Let me change my parameters. One time for the members. One time for all the members. We got 22 members in the house, my nigga. We got 22 members in the house. We popping off. I remember we ain't even had one member, my nigga. I remember we didn't even have not one member. We got 22 members now. I'm trying to change it to members only before we get popping off. Now my computer freezing up. They're like, no, Blackjack, don't do it. It is what it is, though, y'all. Hey, I appreciate everybody that's subscribed and everybody that's watching, though. I appreciate all the new people. But we got to do what we got to do. Salute, and we're going to publish it. Members only. Now we about to get to it. Let's get busy, y'all. And I'm Blackjack one more time. Salute, Tribe Up. Tribe Up. We got our members. Your members only live stream has been created. Yeah, my nigga. We like a secret society over here. We a secret tribe over here. The niggas be all on the nigga jock on some bull, on some BS, my nigga. I be, man, you know what I'm saying? I be wanting to be all inclusive, but damn, nigga make it real hard for a nigga to be all inclusive. Some of the stunts people pull on here. So things got to change sometime, and that's why we do it like this. That's why we do it for the members only, the people that support. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna do it, if I'm gonna work for my members. I ain't hearing the noise from other people that ain't supporting, other people that just really coming to leech, coming to, you know, they coming to see what they can get. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I ain't even mad at them. But like I say, we'll keep it as business as usual, and we'll just change up the way we do things. Salute. Now I'm finna get into this Guale, this Guale Geechie, and we looked at this thumbnail from a third eye point of view already. We see the sisters working, and no, they not slaves. No, they not from Africa. These is Geechie, Guale Indians, my nigga, indigenous to Americans, and what the sisters are doing with those tools they have in their hand in that bowl, they doing what you would call hulling rice, and that's a tradition that's connected to the Guale Geechee Indians, my nigga. It's not connected to Africa, no matter what they want to try to tell you. It's connected to the Guale. It's connected to your ancestors on the Gold Coast, my nigga. The Gold Coast, the Sea Coast, however they want to call it, and we're gonna touch on all of it. And without further ado, let's get into our first source, my nigga. And I'm gonna show y'all where that picture come from. It's mixed up in these sources, but I'm gonna touch on where it came from so y'all can see. Alright, but first let's start off, let's lay some foundation. Let's uncover some lies first, man, because you know they always trying to lie to us. They always try to lie to us. But with I always go through the lies, the obvious lies. You know, like the ones on Wikipedia, the ones that come up first in the search. The reason I use those sources is to point out the lies. So you can use their weapons against them. We know they lie about so much. So when we searching and doing our research and we looking for the truth, first thing they want to throw out in front of us hijack, we just got to use it against them, man, till they stop putting it out there. So we on Google and we just put all we got on Google, all we did was put Guale in the search. I mean, we put Guale in the search. Guale. You know, now, a lot of people want to know how it went from Guale to Guale. And me, myself, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how it went from Guale to Guale. I'm not sure if it was our people that did that. I'm not sure if it was the colonizer that did that. I'm not sure if it was Guale all the time and the colonizer got it wrong and was calling us Guale. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it was Guale all the time and the colonizer got it wrong and called us Guale. But when we look at the ancient history, it seemed like Guale was first. Now, that's like I say, that's on the colonizer record. Just because they wrote Guale first doesn't mean that it wasn't Guale first, and they just had it wrong. Like they have so much else wrong, right? Well, let's look into it. So let's look at Guale. Let's start off with Guale. So we know when they talking Guale, we know who they talking about, right? Say a member of an African American people. We know African American, just code word for maroon, just code word for American Indian. African American people living in the coast of South Carolina and nearby islands. The coast of South Carolina and nearby islands of the coast. So they call it the Gold Coast, the Sea Islands. That's what the area is called. The coast of South Carolina and nearby islands. That's where the Guale was at. The Creole languages of the Guale. Now they want to claim having an English base with elements from various West African languages. How is one tribe gonna have elements from various West African language? And you claim it's various elements from various West African language. What are the languages? We are researchers over here. You can't just tell us anything. Name the various languages. Name the various so-called African languages. You can't do it because it's a lie. So let's go to Google some more. Let's go to Wikipedia. I think I got it right here. No, hold on. Let me go back. We'll go to the Guale, but let's go to Google. Let's go to the Google on Wikipedia first. Let's set some foundation, Managa. So let's say the Guale, African American ethnic group, predominantly live in the Low Country region of the United States: South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. All the places where all my ancestors from. What a coinky-dink. Within the coastal plain and the sea islands, right? The sea islands are a chain. The sea islands are a chain of tidal and barrier islands on the Atlantic Ocean coast of the southeastern United States, numbering over 100. They are located between the mouths of the Santee and St. Johns rivers, along the coast of South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. Sea islands, right? Keep that in mind. The Guale, who they claiming are African American, which we know are really American Indians. They are indigenous Americans from the Low Country, from the Sea Islands. They're from the Sea Islands, the Guale. Their language and culture have been preserved. A significant influence of so-called Africanism, we know that's a lie, as a result of their historical geographic isolation and the community's relation to their shared history and identity. So they indigenous, they isolated indigenous, they're maroons, isolated, abandoned, marooned. Historically, the Guale region extended from the Cape Fear area on North Carolina's coast south to the vicinity of Jacksonville, my hometown, on Florida's coast. The Guale people, and I was born and raised in Jacksonville. I lived in Texas for a while because I got family out there too. I lived in Texas for a few years in my youth. But all my ancestors from Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, all my ancestors, my naga, from right where these people are listing right now. So when we talking my ancestors, my naga, and a lot of y'all ancestors too. Salute, tribe up. James Williams in the house. Salute. I could pull out my family tree right now, all the way back to the early 1800s, my naga, and I can show you it's gonna say nothing but Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia, my naga. I know my people. I'm old Geechie, old freaky, old sneak ass naga, right? They say the Guale people and their languages are also called Geechie, which may be derived from the name of the Geechie River. It is derived from the name of the Geechie River. That's your problem. You can't hide this. The Geechie is not African. It's all American. It's indigenous to America, like the Geechie River it was named of. Clowns. In Savannah, Georgia. Shout out to all my family and my friends in Savannah, my naga. I got family and friends out there. We're gonna tribe up on them. Guale is a term that was originally used to designate the Creole dialect of English spoken by Guale and Geechie people. Says who? Over time, its speakers have used this term to formally refer to their Creole language and distinctive ethnic identity as a people. The Georgian community are distinguished by identifying as either freshwater Geechies or saltwater Geechies. The freshwater Geechies don't live near the coast. Them Nagas got lakes where they live, like Nagas in certain part of Georgia. This is what they mean. I can break it down for you. Saltwater Geechie, they refer to a Naga like blackjack. Cause I live in Florida. I live on the coast, my Naga. True salute, tribe up. Depending on whether they live on the mainland or on the sea islands. Because of a period of relative isolation from whites. Yeah, who was isolated from whites, my Naga? While working on large plantations in rural areas, the indigenous Tamaricans, enslaved from a variety of Central and West American ethnic groups, Central and North and South American ethnic groups, developed a Creole culture. Oh, so some Africans leave Africa and said, forget our African language. We'll create a whole new language in America. We'll create a Creole culture. They say the white man told the Africans we can't speak African language no more. He said, forget our African culture and our African language, so we made up a new culture. And a whole new language. The white man said our new language is okay, even though he still ain't know what we was talking about. Y'all believe this, man? You gotta be dumb if you believe that. They ain't come and create nothing. They speaking their ancestral language. Create a language right now, Managa. Create a language right now. A whole language. Let me see you do it. Talking about slaves came and created the language. Man, they need to stop all these childhood ass lies, man. When you come an adult, man, childish things come to the end, man. And all these little silly little 5th grade lies talking about created an English-based Creole language, man. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. That's enough of that bullshit. Guale. The Guale. Alright, so we saw the Gula from the sea coast. From the sea, hey, JJ in the house, tribe buck. JJ say the same here. Tribe buck, salute, tribe buck, JJ in the house. So we see the Gula was from, let's jump back one more time before we go to the Guale. The main thing that we needed to see about the Gula is where they was from, Managa. Because we finna connect dots and show you the Gula is the Guale. They're not Africans, Managa. The indigenous American Indians, Managa. And they said they was from South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, and Florida, the coastal plain, and the sea islands. Alright. And they speak a language that's not spoken in Africa. What a coinkydink. Like other tribes was doing. The Guale was a historic Native American chiefdom of Mississippian culture peoples located along the coast of present-day Georgia and the Sea Islands, Spanish Florida. Oh, that's the same place. What a coinkydink. The Guale happened to be from the same place as the Gula. From South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, Florida, the coastal plain, the Sea Islands, the Gula. The Guale, Georgia, along the coast of present-day Georgia and the Sea Islands, and Spanish Florida. Interesting. Missionary system in the chiefdom in the late 16th century. Let me show you something. Before we even read this, total population extinct as a tribe. Are you sure they're extinct? Or did they just start calling them the Gula? Mississippi, possibly the ancestors of Muskogean peoples, the Creek. Oh, we know what the Muskogean Creek looked like Silas Jefferson, right? The chief of the Muskogee Creek, right? We know it. We know exactly what the Muskogee Creek, Jeffrey's son Silas, Jeffrey Silas McNack, what his real name is. Silas Jefferson, the Muskogee Creek chief, right? Oh, we know exactly what Chief Silas Jefferson looked like. So yeah, it would make sense that the Naga chief Silas Jefferson of the Creeks would be somehow related. Ancestors of the Muskogee peoples, the Creek. Oh, okay, somehow related to the Guale. So we know the Gule and the Guale is the same, right? It says during the late 17th century and early 18th century, Guale society was shattered by extensive epidemics a paper genocide of new infectious diseases and attacks by the other tribes. Some of the surviving remnants migrated to the mission areas of Spanish Florida, while others remained near the Georgia seacoast, right? Joining with other survivors, they became known as the Yamasee, an ethnically mixed group. They claim mixed, we ain't mixed out, bitch, that emerged in a process of ethnogenesis. Ethnogenesis, what that mean? Now look, the Guale region, Georgia, extinct circa 1700, perhaps became the Yamasee. Perhaps became the Yamasee. Ain't no perhaps. Perhaps. Language unclassified. Perhaps my ass. You know they became known as the Yamasee. And you know the Guale is the Gula. You know the Gula and the Guale is the same. And they all Yamasee, and they not Africans. You know this. And we seeing it right in front of our eyes, connecting the dot. Even with your hijack all over the place. Even with your hijack all over the place in the Sea Islands, my nigga, talking West African lies. Lies. We know we talking the Guale. Some scholars have also suggested indigenous American origins for these words. The Spanish named the South Carolina and Georgia coastal region as Guale after a Native American tribe. The name of the Geechie River. Geechie, Guale, my nigga. Geechie, Guale. Gula, African, yeah right. Ancestors of the Muskogee Creek, like Chief Silas Jefferson, my nigga. You better connect the dots on these liars, calling you a Gula and African, and this you the Guale, my nigga. You the Guale. And back to that image in the beginning. The sisters hulling rice, my nigga. Let's go back to talk about some of that real quick. These sisters hulling rice. These Geechie sisters hulling rice, my nigga. And we gonna connect the dots on it. Poto Guale. European contact. This fake Guale here. Latama and Yamasee amalgamation. Emergence of the Yamasee. This supposed to be a Yamasee. That how could he be the ancestor of the Muskogee Creek? I mean, it's too easy at this point. It's too easy. Fake ass, cartoon ass, $5 pretending in Yamasee. So we know the Guale captives were sold as slaves. I don't care what number they putting right here. We know the majority of the Guale that got captured was sold as slaves. We know this. And the rest of them were just free people of color that was already doing their thing on the land. We know this. So the population of, look at it, they put quote unquote Yamasee Indians like they're not supposed to be real, right? Yamasee and the Guale continue to be a significant portion of the population. All right. So before I go to what I'm going to next, I'm gonna do something else real quick just to point something out, man. The Gula Yamasee, just put Gula Yamasee in there. Gula history and Darfusky Island. The Gula refers to the descendants of the Africans. Okay. How you say Gula? Relate the Gula to Yamasee. Even though we already know indigo plantations, cotton and rice. The Gula, cotton and rice, right? So I'm finna show you something about all this rice, cotton and rice in particular. We know cotton indigenous to America, but what about this wild rice that these Geechee sisters are processing? Let's talk about it. More proof that they indigenous and not from Africa. Let's go to this source right here. I'm on the digital collections, right? That's where this picture come from. Cause I know people want to know where the picture come from. I'm on the digital collection of the Gula Geechee history and culture. And when you go to this digital collection, if you click on images, you select the images, and then you got right here, you got interior view of a ginning mill, ginning sea island cotton. So they on the sea islands ginning cotton. And they got a young oyster fisher. They on the boat. The Naga's on the boat. You know what I'm saying? These historic images, real Indians, my Naga. Young Naga on the boat, he's a fisherman since he was 12 years old. And now 16. He's been at it 4 years. And he lives in Georgia. Apalachicola, my Naga. Shout out to my Nagas and my family in Apalachicola. Salute. Nah. So like I say, we getting these images from the Library of Congress, research guys, and we talking the Guale, the Guale Geechie history and culture. So the sisters on there hulling the rice. Let's pull that one up. I'll show y'all where it's at. St. Helena Island, Negro Quarters, Fruit Plantation, History of Sea Island, Cotton, History of Sea Island, Cotton Seashore, Fatty Island. Wait a minute, it's on here somewhere. Let me see. Hold on, that's the school. Negro Quarters. Let me see. It's on here somewhere. I have to go through them, but y'all see what it is. It's the Nagas. It's us. It's our ancestors. These are not Africans. These are so-called bone savage. But these are Geechie Gula in particular. So that's why I got the image on the Library of Congress. Gula Geechie history and culture. And I want to pull up the one where they on. Let me go back to the intro. I don't know why they didn't pull up the one where it was tending to the rice. This is why I got it from. Print Read Digital Collections. Let me see. Images. Interior. Oh, you know why? I'm tripping. No, I didn't. I actually took this off another page, but this is a source that's linked to it. That's what it is. That's why I don't see it here. It's other images here though. We'll click on one of these other, like the interior view of a ginny mill on the Sea Island. Now look who went on the Sea Island. And this don't mean they slaves. These Nagas literally owned the cotton in the farms. You got doomed diversity. Your farms got hijacked. These Nagas was selling their materials. That's why when you see images like this here, hold on, wait a minute. Let me go back like this. When you see these type of images, you got, like I say, even these type of images, you got to look from a third eye point of view. You can't go with no brainwash a cayenne in the house trial, but you can't go with no brainwash and just because they Nagas and because they doing some work, saying, oh, these must be slaves. Do you see a colonizer standing anywhere around? And when you do see a colonizer, how you know he not buying their product, my Naga? So even when you see this, just because you see Nagas, yeah, Nagas do work, my Naga. This don't mean slavery. This Naga pretty sophisticated. He working a machine, my Naga. Ain't nobody whipping on him. I don't see a white man standing around nowhere. You can't just say because he's black and he's doing work with cotton that he a slave and that he from Africa. See, this is the brainwash indoctrination nonsense. Interior view of Jenny Mills, Jenny Sea Island cotton. These Nagas was indigenous. They knew all about cotton. They knew all about rice. And let's prove it. Let's talk about it. So let's go to a good source right here. Right now, we on Hilton Head Properties. We talking about Georgia, Monaga, Georgia area, South Carolina, Hilton Head, South Carolina area. But Georgia, Hilton Head, if you know, like I know, all that's like the neighborhood, Monaga. That's neighbors, Monaga. Just like Florida and Georgia. All this is a family affair, Monaga. So to say Hilton Head, South Carolina, boasts a rich, even just for example. Even on Craigslist, Jacksonville, Florida. If you go to Craigslist, Jacksonville, Florida, when it say nearby areas, South Carolina, Hilton Head, Savannah, Georgia. These are the areas that come up. Hilton Head, South Carolina boasts a rich culture unlike anywhere else in the world. One of the oldest communities living on the island is that of the Gula people. Stop right there. One of the oldest peoples living on, ain't no one of the oldest, take the one of the off. The oldest people living on the Sea Island communities of South Carolina, which boasts a rich culture like nowhere else, are the Guale, Guale. Descended from Guale, not enslaved Africans. Guale Indians, Monaga. Origins of the Gula people and language. The Gula, the Guale. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all some other real shit, my nigga. I wish sisters start back wearing their hair like this naturally, and however long it grow. I really wish sisters got back to that, my nigga. Cause when our women get back to that, that's when we gonna attack these people for real. Salute, tribe up. That's when they gonna realize we don't give a damn no more, and we on something else now. Origin of the Gula people and language. There are a few theories as to the origins of the word Gula. Yeah, theories. I bet you there's a few theories, but we know where it come from. Some historians believe that the word is derived from Gola. Wrong. A group of people who lived in Sierra Leone. Yeah, right. You go from Gula to Gola. Guale sound a whole lot more like Gula. In fact, you know they the Guale. You trying to change their name so you can relate them to somebody else. Talking about Sierra Leone and Liberia. What a coinky Liberia. Oh, the American Colonization Society, where you wanted to send Nagas at. And I don't want to hear about how nobody over nowhere else did nothing, because it's lies. A brief history. See, you know, they know that the rice is connected to the Gula, to the Guale. So you know what they're gonna try to do? They're gonna try to connect you to something called Gola from Angola, who they probably not even Angola, and then you're gonna try to say they grow rice too. That's how you gonna try to explain the rice. Talking about they was growing rice over there now. And then you talking about they assume. You have no facts. You talking about it is believed and all this other bullshit. No facts. You talking about another hypothesis. Talking about they grew rice. They ain't grow no motherfucking rice. You lying. You know who grew the rice. The Wale, my nigga. The Geechie. A brief history of Hilton Head, Gula people. In the decades following the American Revolution, cotton growing became an extremely lucrative industry in Hilton Head. The island was home to nearly 24 plantations, where around 1,000 enslaved people toiled in oppressive conditions. So only 1,000 slaves. So it's more free Nagas than slaves, more free people of color. And the slaves that you had, they was just indigenous free people of color you stole off. When the Civil War erupted in 1861, the Union Army occupied Hilton Head, using the island as its headquarters for the blockade of South Atlantic coast. So notice, they jump into Hilton Head, talking slavery, talking plantation and cotton. They skipped a whole lot of history. What about the Indians that was in Hilton Head? You conveniently left them out. You conveniently left the Hilton Head Indians out of the whole story. You jumped right into some slave narrative. Oh, what a coinky dink, huh? During the war, the newly freed slaves of Hilton Head established their own town. Nagas always establishing their own town. If a Naga good enough to establish his own town, and he supposed to be from Africa, why didn't he go back to his country? Ain't no place like home, right? If I became a freedman, if I ain't a slave no more, the first thing I'm doing, if I came from Africa, if I came from Sierra Leone or wherever, the first thing I'm doing, getting on the first boat, smoking back to Sierra Leone. I'm free now. So these are lies. They established their own town with help from Union General Ormsby Mitchell, named Mitchellville in the general's honor. The community was, man, they had their own town. Mitchellville put his name on it. Stop these lies. See, you gotta decipher this shit. These folks heavy with the lies. A Naga got a city or a town that they already running. The colonizers want to come and put his name on it, and then tell they descendants, tell you that your ancestors named the town after him. was the first self-governed freedmen's town in America. Man, every freedman town was supposed to be the first. They talking about the Maroons in the Mountain when in Jamaica was the first freedman town. They talking about Joseph Chatoya down there was the first freedman town. They talking about Miguel de Borilla in Venezuela was the first freedman town. They talking about what's the other news we just did? Pinedo. Julio Pinedo. They said he was the first free town in America. Make up y'all mind. Experiencing Hilton Head's Gula culture. Oh, the Gula culture, what? You talking the rice? The jambalaya? You talking all that kind of stuff? You talking about the rice, huh? You talking about the rice, huh? Throwing out some more. Let's go to some more sources about this rice. Let me come back up, because they spoke on the rice. Maybe I was on another article. Hold on, let me look back up. They talking about they historically grew rice, man. These folks is a joke, man. Alright, the Golden Islands, the Sea Islands, Managa, the Guale and the Gula, located at the Sea Islands, right? Somehow they got the same damn name just about. They got the same name. Golden Isles, Saint Simon Islands, Jekyll Islands, Brunswick, Golden Isles. What is the Golden Isles known for? The Nagas. Explorers originally descended upon the territory more than 400 years ago. Yeah, they just skipped all of that a minute ago. What are the 4 Golden Isles in Georgia? Golden Isles of Georgia, Managa. Barrier Islands. Alright, I'm just connecting some dots. Look, the Golden Isles of Guale, Georgia. See? You see what they just did? You see that, right? They ain't put Gula. The Golden Isles of Guale, Georgia. Let's click on it. The we know it's the Guale. The Golden Isles of Guale, Georgia's unspoiled sea islands were home to many of our wealthiest families in America's last slaves. Oh, the Guale was the home of the last slaves? I thought the Guale was the Indian tribe. Oh, they hijacking. I ain't about to buy it right now. I should. I don't need it. I already got my info. Golden Isles of Guale, Georgia. These people funny. The Golden Isles of Guale. I'm gonna type it different. Let me put the Golden Isles of Gula, Georgia. Let me see what happened. I was just finna fuck with them now. Hold on. These people slow, man. The Golden Isles. Let me put Gula, Georgia this time, man. These people are just dumb, man. I mean, this is so stupid. It's like, this is child's play right here for real. I mean, a 5th grader. You got to be dumber than a 5th grader not to see through this hijack. Look, the Gula Geechie connection. And what's that? Oh, the GoldenIsles.com. This on the GoldenIsles.com. The Gula Geechie connection to the Golden Isles. Then just right here, what they just had. Hold on, let's go back to the other one, y'all. Let's go back to the other one. The Golden Isles of Guale, Georgia. You gonna try to tell me they the Gola? They from Angola? Bitch, the Guale is the Gula. You dumb motherfucker. What are you, stupid? The Golden Isles of Guale Indian, Georgia. Unspoiled, unmolested. The Guale Indians, Golden Isles. Gula Geechie connection, Golden Isles. We connect dots over here, you dumbass people. And you want to call these African American, man? Y'all can eat a fat one with all that goof ass shit, man. Golden Isles, man, of Georgia, man. They include Saint Simon Island, Sea Island, Jekyll Island, Little Saints. I done been to all these islands. They right in my backyard. Sapelo Island, Blackbeard Island, historic Darien. We be going shopping in Darien. And historic Brunswick. I got Nagas in Brunswick. I used to date a chick in Brunswick. The islands are part of a long chain of barrier islands known as the Sea Islands. Yeah, we just read that. Located along the coast of South Carolina, Georgia and northern Florida, where all my fucking ancestors from.
You big dummy.
They lies and indoctrination, my nigga. Lies and indoctrination. Disrespect for your ancestors turning over in their grave every time you call yourself black or African American. African American. You a Geechie old, you old sneaky old freaky old Geechie ass nigga. Collard green neck bone eating ass nigga. Another site, we on hoppinjohns.net. Hoppin Johns, John Martin Taylor. And we talking about the Carolina gold rice. Oh shit. From the Golden Islands and oh shit. You mean the Nagas was making rice? Oh, what a coinkydink. And they finna remind us one more time that the Guale is the Guale. Especially when it comes down to this rice. They finna remind us right now of Carolina gold rice. Posted in 2007. They been had the water. They been had the info. South Carolina, my naga. Home stronghold of the Nagas. Stronghold of the Nagas. Hey, February 2004, it was raining to beat hell. And we had come from all over the place, in all walks of life, to get to Middleton Plantation, south of Charleston, on that dreary morning to plan a symposium focused on the once illustrious rice that fortunes of the Low Country were built on. We were introducing ourselves and staking our claims when Savannah eye surgeon Dick Schultz tried to describe the rice he's been growing for 20 years. It's like pornography, he said. I can't really tell you what it is, but I know it when I see it. Well, that was a revelatory moment for me because I thought we were all pretty sure what Carolina gold was. We were farmers who had grown it, scientists who had experimented with it, educators who taught about it, cooks who had cooked it, developers who had found land to grow it on, distributors who had sold it, historians who had researched it, and writers who had written about it. We may have chuckled at Schultz's comment, but it was pretty remarkable that in a room full of experts, no one could say exactly what our organization and symposium were about. Genetic diversity, heritage, taste, nostalgia, fanaticism. A look into the literature of rice written prior to what I think of as the food movement, which followed on the heels of the civil rights movement and the women's movement, when the study of the work of slaves and the work of women finally became worthy of academia, reveals many romanticized versions of life on the old Carolina rice plantation. Not until the culinary historian Karen Hess began in the late 80s to unearth the pathways of the grain itself did a fuller picture of the rice plantation and kitchen began to form. Using the work of the historians Daniel Littlefoot and Charles Joyner as springboards, Hess launched a far-reaching, oft-hypothesizing treatise on the so-called West African rice kitchen that was transposed into the Low Country surrounding Charleston and Savannah. Littlefield had in the early 80s first written that it was the enslaved indigenous Americans, not Africans, who had taught their masters rice cultivation. Who taught their masters the rice cultivation? The Guale Indians. He said, look, Littlefield had in the early 80s first written that it was enslaved. They're saying Africans. We know these are Guale indigenous Americans, American Indians who rice growing is connected to, had taught their masters rice cultivation, not the other way around. You can't see these people and say automatically black, automatically slave, automatically from Africa. Who's teaching who to grow the rice? You gotta get to shake this indoctrination, break these chains and these mental barriers. You looking at the Guale Geechie Indian right now who taught the whites how to cultivate rice so they could eat and they wouldn't starve. It's right in your face. They calling them African They call them African, but we see Guale to Gula, my naga. Before I even go there, before I even go Guale to Gula, rice hulling connected to the Gula, not Africans to Geechie Gula, my naga, to South Carolina, Florida, and Georgia, my naga. Look, I ain't even have to put connected to Golden Isles, Georgia. I was just finna put the Gula or to the Guale. Same people. Look, Geechie and Gula culture. The culture has been linked to specific, they claim, West African to grow rice. See? So we know the growing of rice is connected to the Gula. You want to say they Africans because they black, but they the Guale, managa. Now let's go to Guale to Gula, managa. And this right here is on the site I like. It's from Kemetic.com. And you know, we gotta read it. We gotta see through some people. They might know enough, but they might not know everything, and we still want to read it. Even if they still want to relate us across the sea, they might be connecting dots that they don't understand they connecting. Guale to Gula, Kemetic National Aboriginal Science. Overview: the coastal region or corridor of modern-day South Carolina and Georgia had an estimated 100,000 people enslaved in western and southwestern Africa. That's not true. Indigenous to Americans, as well as enslaved Native Americans. See, they can't leave this out, because the fact is, it was more indigenous Americans enslaved in America than anyone else. The only other number that came close was European indentured slaves. Salute. And there was more free Nagas, free people of color than anybody. Because it's still the stronghold of the Nagas. I ain't gonna read through the hijack, man. I just wanted to show y'all some stuff. Why I say I like the idea of this site, Kemetic.com. It's a lot of hijack there. He still want to put us back in Africa, but at least he understands the connection. He dropped this in 2020. At least he does understand the connection from Guale to Gula. Salute. That's all we needed. Salute, tribe, boy. We ain't need nothing else. We know who we is. We don't need no hijack. We know what we looking at. Matter of fact, to connect the dots one more again before we go. I'm about to close the show out. In fact, all right. See, here they go with the line. They talking about they growing rice, and they claiming the Gula from West Africa, and that's where they get the growing rice from. So let's go to West Africa then. Let's go to West Africa. Let's see if anybody over in West Africa growing rice looking like our people in Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina. Rice farmers in Africa. We already know it's connected to us. Come on, man. Look how modern this is. Where are the old pigs? What is this after the arrival of America? We know a lot of African countries were starving. A lot of the whole world learned how to eat from America. All right. Let's see. Bishop Yambasu. This our people. Look at the culture. What are they wearing? Look at the way they are working. Is that the same as this? African rice. Is this the same? African rice, lost crops of Africa. Is this the same as this? I don't even see an old. I don't even think they've been harvesting rice in Africa that long. Probably not even 150 years yet. Cause they damn sure don't got no old pictures. All this is new. All these are 1900 era pictures. late 1900 eras, not even early 1900s. Let's see what's this. So it's clear that there is not a history of hulling rice in Africa. It's clear, just like there is no history of voodoo or Santeria or Santeria religion in Africa. There is no history of it. No history. So what my niggas get it from then? Where my not if we from Africa, but it ain't no history of these cultural things we do. If it ain't no history of it over there, where we get it from? We ain't from over there. Hey man, I gotta go handle some business real quick, y'all. I'm Blackjack. This House of Cons, man. I appreciate all my members. 2 shots for all the members. Appreciate the newest member. Appreciate all the members. Kid in the house, man. I appreciate all the members, man. We're gonna keep driving up with new information. We're doing it like everybody else ain't doing it. Knockers jocking the knocker style, y'all. We're gonna keep it popping. I'm Blackjack. We out. Peace.